Hello, everybody. Get ready to open up your wallets and dump some mad money for some fine resin from Forge World because they're coming to 8th.
Yes, they are. So we were given the information that around on the same day that we were told about the release for 8th edition, we were also slapped, and this was super important to me because I love Forge World.
You got slapped? Ooh, yeah, you thought you were getting it right there.
He was thinking about how he wanted to bark back to Jared's opening, and this is what he came up with. All right, anyways, we have indexes that were revealed to us by Forge World same day as the 8th edition reveal for their launch date. We were told by Forge World that we've got... Can I help you, Brad?
I said June 3rd.
Yeah. June. I mean,
We'll talk about that.
They know this. This is like, that was the big thing, right?
It's important info.
I guess you're right. All right, anyways, we have 2 indexes coming from, so we have, what is it, 5 coming from Games Workshop, right?
Yes.
And then we have 2 more coming from Forge World that cover the Astartes, so all of the really cool Horus Heresy era and beyond war machines for the Astartes. And then we have all of the, I believe, Chaos Renegades and a lot of the Heretic Astartes war machines. So essentially, pretty much everything that can be used. Probably gonna get Khitan Demon Engines and all those really cool, like, you know, the Lord of Skulls that doesn't suck.
Yeah. The one with the legs?
Time out. No Tower Elder?
No, not yet. So here's the thing that I found most important, because I have a few Forge World Knights that I'm really hoping are gonna be able to use in 8th and aren't going to be stuck in 7th with the rest of Horus Heresy, because I really love Knight Lancers. They look really cool. They said that they will be releasing more indexes over the course of the month of June. They said that they'll be out before the end of June. I think that's real. I mean, like, if they say they can do it, maybe they can. But honestly, there's a lot of stuff they need to cover, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this spills over into July.
Now, I think they're going to be able to do it because, granted, all their units that they put out are pretty strong, and they're fantastic, and they look lovely.
They do.
But they also have a range of Horus Heresy stuff, which they've made known that is going to stay in 7th edition rules for a good bit.
But a good example of things that we thought were probably going to stay is this Hellforged Leviathan Dreadnought.
Yes.
The Leviathan Dreadnought, actually something quite pretty recent that came out into Horus Heresy about a year ago, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Really beefy Dreadnought.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome looking dude, very destructive, a lot of cool abilities. And the Hellforged Leviathan Dreadnought
Looks broken.
I mean, it's power level 16.
It fucking looks broken.
That's as much as, what is it? That's
so that's double the Rubric Marines that we've talked about.
that's 15 Rubik Marines.
And for the, what else is there? The Tactical Marines, I believe they said were 5.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, this is an expensive unit.
Expensive unit, really powerful, and honestly not, I just noticed that it had a 2-up save. I looked at this a lot that day, but I guess we just got too much information bombarded
Toughness 8,
to us.
14 wounds, 2-up armor save.
2-up armor save. That's gross.
It's beefy.
You're gonna have to put some last cannons into that.
A lot of
It is equipped with 2 Hellforged Siege Claws, 2 Melt-A-Guns, and 2 Hellflamers.
Yep, as is the standard loadout. And when we look at those profiles, it's pretty daunting how much damage that thing can do.
The special rules, everything here is so cool.
By the way, it's first confirmed we can get to strength 16
That's true.
with the
Strength times 2.
with the claws and drills.
You finally got your dream, Jared.
It's there. I'm waiting for something that's got base, like before multiplication added. We've got a base.
I agree.
Like I just hope they have. I hope the Warlord Titan gets an 8th edition data sheet. I mean,
toughness, he'll be like toughness 20.
I mean, it's the only vehicle right now that has armor value 15. It's just gonna be like toughness 20. You're right.
So what else stands out to you on this data sheet? Anything that just like is
I mean,
in your
nothing we
face?
really need to get into because this is Forge World specifically.
True.
Not many people run these in
Trademark Forge World busted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly,
Actually,
I would say that this doesn't look too scary. Like, it's gonna be a lot of points. Its power level's really high. I know in game, they cost more in 40k than it costs to run them in Horus Heresy.
I'm just saying this thing is OP.
it's
5-up invuln against shooting or Overwatch attacks, and 4-up invuln
well, it
against
still
melee
has
attacks.
it still has a 2-up armor save, so that's probably a moot point in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
But the one
But
thing
still, that's OP.
I don't know, Eldar player.
still-
I don't think you even know what OP is yet.
your Wraith Knight probably have like a 2-up armor save.
I just want to see everything so I know what I'm going to play.
Yeah. But the one thing I do want to talk about is Dark
Dark
Fury.
Fury, yeah.
If this model is equipped with 2 melee weapons, it gains +1 attack. Now, a lot of people were like talking about, because we saw the chainsword stuff.
And we saw
Which,
pistols as well.
by the way, I want to clarify, when we talked about that, I believe I may have misinterpreted the rules. It's not each time it just gets 1 extra attack. It's just each time it fights, it just has a base +1 attack.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
That's why
doesn't ramp up. That was
I was pretty certain it
bad.
wasn't going to ramp up.
I'm
so.
sorry. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's a big mistake, sir.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Anyways, so we
anyways.
see here that this unit specifically has that ability to, if you have it, 2 close combat weapons gives you +1.
And I wonder if that's going to happen for other units that were typically given 2D.
And needed something like that.
Like an Ironclad Dreadnought, which comes with the Dreadnought close combat weapon and a siege hammer.
Yeah.
A seismic hammer.
I'm sure we'll probably see, for units that specifically, where you can switch out the secondary, or the second close combat weapon for a specialized ranged weapon, just like we have with this Leviathan Dreadnought. Another thing I want to bring everyone's attention to is the Grav Flux Bombard.
Damn it! I was just gonna do that.
So the Grav Flux Bombard is, we know that, we don't know what's happening with Grav, right? The Grav Flux Bombard doesn't work in Horse Heresy and
even in 40K.
Even in 40K.
the relic
it
one.
did not work
Behave
the
this way.
same way that Grav did.
No.
But we may, I'm just saying, we
We
see
may actually see a similar behavior.
similar behavior.
But here-
I like
here's
this
the
rule.
cool
I think it's
part
really
about it,
interesting.
though, is the
Monsters and
the
vehicles.
abilities.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So we see it doing extra damage against large targets.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing the fluff behind Grav weaponry, where it's supposedly using the weight and bulk of whatever it's being fired at against it, hitting something big and having it just like crumple in on itself, that's some really cool stuff.
Yep.
I like that conceptually.
I hope that this is what Grav becomes because it's I liked Grav not because of how busted it was, but I like the thematic notion of crushing big things.
Yeah, it
Because
was
using
put
its
in
own
the game,
using its own mass.
it was put in the game specifically to counter the Riptide and the
Knights.
Wraith Knights.
Yep.
So like those, we didn't, our Marines didn't have any real tools
How
to
many
deal
dice
with
did you
that.
roll against me that one time? Like 36 or something?
Yeah, it was really gross, wasn't it? Yeah, I dealt with
pretty
that. I dealt with that in my game. Anyways, so we have, that was really cool thematically and needed, right? It unfortunately became a way to deal with elite infantry specifically, and pretty much everything.
I'm the Space Marine player. I will say it was our answer to everything.
Yeah.
Heads up because how busted.
This sounds like if Grav weaponry has similar rules, where specifically keywords monster, vehicle, and titanic, we can see elite infantry not being too effed up by it. I mean, it's still -5. That's the Grav Flux
The
Bombard.
Grav Flux Bombard is -5, but
It might be minus. I really hope it's not -4. That's
probably
going to be.
-4.
I'm hoping it's -2 or -3. Oh, I really don't want to see -4. That just. Again, it's just going to be a
physics, man.
response to everything. I just don't like that.
I don't know.
I don't like the idea of Terminators and elite infantry being counter to this. I like monstrous creatures and
No, I get that.
big robots and stuff like that getting crushed by
Yeah.
it. But dudes that are like superhuman size, I don't like the idea of them getting crushed. I like them being susceptible to damage of it, but not just being wiped out.
Yeah, no, I understand. Trust me, I know.
So, Dreadnought's OP. Are they going to continue to make OP?
Oh, I mean, Forge World is always going to be. That's the thing is like a lot of people say Forge World is hit or miss. Either it is really powerful but really overcosted, really powerful, or very nicely costed. In the case of a lot of the Astra Militarum stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's the stuff that's okay and costed right on the money. Like a lot of their Tyranid stuff, like the Malanthrope, is really, it fills a, like I would say it's one of the best support units in the Tyranid like unit of the units that you can use. I run a Malanthrope in my Tyranid
I
list.
think a lot of Tyranid players are.
Yeah, I mean you kind of have.
Kind of have to take it with your Flyrants.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to take it with pretty much anything to get that shrouding in
Yeah.
and the synapse. Anyways, there are units in Forge World that are pretty good, and a lot of Horse Heresy stuff is really ridiculous. But there's also a lot of that stuff. If the idea is you're not supposed to use nothing but that, right? You're supposed to use sprinkle it in. But no one, of course, no one does that.
one
If
does
it's really good, they're going to take in infinite amounts of it. Phosphex is stupid. Stupid.
So what Forge World model do you use at home? Let us know below.
Or hate.
Or hate.
There's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of that. I'm actually going to go in the comments
Mine
section
was,
and just list off a
mine was
paragraph.
fought a guy with the Space Marine Flyer, the one with the AP3 guns and the
Oh, the Raptor.
the
Fire
Raptor. Yeah, no, had fought a guy who I never dealt with that before and just killed my entire army.
Oof.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah, that
Don't
doesn't
like
sound
it.
like fun.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time with some Primaris units.